welcome Solex Nation. We are so happy to be with you tonight on this Wednesday night. And we talked about Dave Discovery an awful lot, and we don't have any Dave Discovery announcements, but we do have something.
Yes, I mean, for everybody who didn't get a chance to come, we just want to show you a little taste of what it was like, and those that came, a reminder of how much fun we had together. So let's watch this.
Okay.
SEFI dots, oh my gosh, what's that gonna do for the entire Solex Nation? This is going to be a game changer.
Okay, I am so excited about the new features. My mind was just blown. Like, I was just like spinning. Like, I'm so excited. The best thing about Solex is they just keep giving us more and more and more, and it's just incredible. Like, there's so many things that we're gonna be able to do now with this, and it makes it so much easier for us.
Who is my favorite speaker? Wow, that's not fair, but I like the frequency lady.
Favorite speaker, that's a hard one. But since she's on my team, Becky Coots. We learned so much from Becky, she's amazing. But of course, Lauren is one of my favorites too.
Okay, favorite speaker, I have to say, is Lauren. He's always my favorite. I love him so much. Learning from him, and you feel his heart. Makes me emotional, but I love him so much, and you can just feel how much he literally cares about all of us, and it's incredible.
All right, we had so much fun. I want to do it again.
Yeah, that was a really small taste, but it really, I think, was emblematic of what we all experienced.
Yeah.
Just the speakers, the professionalism, the fun, the rah-rah, and even the emotion, that we have for one another as far as being able to see each other and just cheer each other on.
Yeah, I've watched that video a couple of times, and every time Jessica Zavaios talks about Lauren, I choke up. So
yeah, well,
don't
do it now.
I won't do it now.
Time.
All right. So speaking of Dave Discovery, though, our virtual Dave Discovery is going to be in March.
It is. And like last year, it'll be, but this year it's about a week long.
We're giving you a week to watch it. Now, we need to clear that up. When we say virtual Dave Discovery, it's not a live virtual. It's a pre-recorded virtual. So you can watch it at your own leisure.
Yeah.
During that
and
week.
It's choose your own adventure. It's
right.
There'll be different segments. If there's stuff that doesn't resonate with you, then you don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
You can skip to whatever you would like to watch. But those tickets are available. Obviously, we love running from Dave Discovery to Dave Discovery.
Yes.
And we feel like that's what we do, is run from one event to another.
We do. And guess what? We're preparing for the March Dave Discovery right now.
Yep.
We have some things in the works that are, of course, very exciting to us.
Always.
And hopefully to you too.
Always.
So, okay, moving on. Like we said though, the Dave Discovery virtual tickets are for sale in your back office now.
Yeah, so you can get those, get your spot. The other thing though is we ended the last day of Discovery with a bit of a gift for everyone.
We did.
Not just everybody at the event, but everybody.
Everyone.
And it kind of was in conjunction with, we announced the incentive trip. We talked about that last week.
If you haven't had a chance to hear about the incentive trip, go watch last week's weekly update.
Yeah,
and
Punta
just
Cana,
watch that. We're going
Dominican
to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, and that's for everyone.
But what we did was we announced, obviously it's already in the running, is a 49-cent QLA enrollment from now through the 14th of September. So just a small sprint, but just to get things going. And many of you are totally taking advantage of that.
Yep.
But that accounts for obviously new QLAs, whether it's a brand new person to Solex or whether it's a preferred customer that's converting to a QLA. Now you're gonna have to call into the call center to get that part done.
If they need to convert.
It doesn't count for any annual renewals, but it is for anybody that's new as a QLA. So as the ticker
you have a week
times
left.
out,
Yes.
then now's a chance to run with that sprint, get things going to Punta Cana.
That's right.
Or just to build your business.
That's right.
In general.
That's right. We talked last week about, well, actually, before we talk about that, let's show a license plate. I love the license plates.
Yes, we got another one.
We have another one. So let's show the picture of it. This is Jamie Drakos.
That's another one in the Solex camp.
For those of you that don't know, Kai has a Solex plate. Lauren has an AO scan plate. They're kind of having a contest. They're not having a contest. Kai's having a contest about this. Lauren doesn't care.
Yeah. No. It's probably because he's so far in the lead.
He's so far in the lead. I don't know.
But
I feel like you're catching up.
Yeah, we're
Hey,
closing
I
the
did
gap.
my part. I got Solex 1. Okay, I did my part to help you.
You did.
Okay.
You did. Yeah, and we need to introduce a news license plate, actually.
We do, and we will.
Okay, we're going to announce
another
license
yes.
plate pretty soon as far as an option for you, okay?
But Jamie, we love your license plate, and we're going to send you a Solex silver coin, and you are now part of the Legacy Group. So we love your license plate. Great job. If anyone wants to get that license plate of their own, it's from the DMV. We get that question a lot. It's not through us, it's through the DMV.
Yep. All right, on the top enrollers.
Let's do top enrollers.
Okay, we have a long list of ties.
We do, and I'm thinking it has to do with our 49-cent enrollment.
Well, yeah, but they all...
And the trip.
Yes, there's a lot of factors in this, but the fact that we have I think 6 or 7 tied for second place, my goodness.
So this is August 29th through September 4th.
Okay, and so we have...
Second place. Let's do the second place.
Second place ties.
Okay.
Jen Cathy?
I don't know if it's Jen Cathy or Jen Cathy.
Okay, Jen Cathy.
Hannah Craig.
Belinda Billinghurst. Tang Chun Tuck. Gina Sullivan.
Richard Fallon.
And Jessica Ann Gale.
Congratulations. That's
Good
that's a
job.
long list.
That is a long list. And so close. But the ties don't end there. We have a tie
We
for
have a
first
tie
place.
for first. All right, first place. The first person is Paige Haynes.
And Deborah Carlson. Congratulations, both of you. Solex Silver Coin.
Coming your way.
Coming your way. Welcome. You're already in the Legacy Group.
Yeah,
at least
but
Pages.
great job. Great job.
Good. All right, we also had another contest.
We did have a contest. Now, last week we talked about SEFI dots. If you haven't had a chance to learn about SEFI dots, go back and watch last week's weekly update. But we decided that we were going to give away 3 boxes of SEFI dots. So we had you go onto YouTube, onto our call, and just write, what was your aha moment?
Yeah.
When did you fall in love with Solex? When did you fall in love with this scanner? These were awesome. I loved reading them.
Yeah, we had a lot.
Oh my word, yes.
We had a ton.
Over 80.
We had a ton. So let's get these all mixed up here. All right.
First one.
Mary Jo Smith. A friend sent me a link about Solex, which I sent to my natural path. My aha moment was when we started checking into all the things this device can do. We both were blown away. We felt it was truly a gift from God, an answer to a prayer. And we both knew we had to have it. We were so in awe that at times we would start to cry in disbelief that we could have this in our own home. I knew I had to have it, but I decided to check online. It just seemed almost unbelievable that it could do what it does. I saw people were bashing it. Sometimes it happens. And I read Solex's response. Your response totally sold me, even more than I was. I love Solex. Mary
Aw.
Jo Smith, thank you so much. What a wonderful compliment. What a wonderful experience. You know, answer to prayer
Yes.
is always helpful.
Well, wait till you try the SEFI dots now.
Yep,
You will
perfect.
love them. We're going to send them your way. All right, next. Pat Fee. My aha moment was when I ran an inner voice and listened to the harmonics while feeling very stressed and upset about something that had happened. I was amazed at how it calmed me down so quickly.
Yes.
Love inner voice.
Super, super powerful
Yeah.
tool. Can't say it enough. It was going to be the only thing.
That's right.
That was going to be this. I'm just trying to mix these up so we get one. All right. Naraya, come on.
I don't know how to say your last
Come
name,
on.
Naraya. I should have asked you at Dave Discovery.
Naraya, this is yours. Aha. Saw doing clearing, shielding of spaces, objects, people, as well as what we called a health assessment, equivalent of the vitals, completed in minutes. When done with the pendulum and intuitively took many, many hours. This was it for me. My motto is smarter, not harder. Assisting more with a great deal less effort with the scanner. Thank you.
Love it.
Mariah, yes, the scanner, it's amazing how fast
Yes.
that we can get information and also share it. So
Well, congratulations to all three of you. You are all going to receive SEFI dots, and we will send those out tomorrow.
okay.
All right. So we had a lot of new things come out in the scanner, and we've asked Lauren to come on today and just explain the new features on your scanner, and just for those of you, especially that weren't at Dave Discovery, to know what's going on now with your scanner, and those that were, this is a good refresher. So let's turn the time over to Lauren.
Okay.
I am really excited to be here with you today and to talk to you about some of the things about the scanner. But I'd like to go a little bit back, a little bit more. Those of you who know me know that my two favorite things of the scanner are inner voice and SEFI. And SEFI, you all know by now what SEFI means: subtle, energy, frequency, imprinter. What are subtle energies? What is energy? In fact, the answer to that question is everything in life is energy. You know, every nerve impulse in your body is basically an electrical current traveling, okay? And every cell in your body is basically a mini pump or mini battery pumping about 70 to 90 millivolts when you're healthy. When that voltage drops down below 70, then dis-ease starts to take place in the body. We don't do well. We become more prone to the illnesses, and not having that energy levels up where it needs to be is important. In fact, your muscles, every muscle in your body is powered by a chemical reaction or an energy produced by a chemical reaction. And the food that you eat is like basically the fuel that you would put into your car or into a generator to generate electricity. Now, the quality of that fuel, or in this case, the food, is going to determine how well our little mini pumps work, how much energy, how much clean, healthy energy that they produce. The better the quality the fuel, or in this case, the food. And I'm going to go a step further, not just the food, even the way we think. The better we think, the better we eat, the more we drink, is going to determine how well those little mini battery pumps work in our body. When there is no more energy left in the cell, that's when everything stops. In fact, death itself is termed the absence of energy. And so, like I said in the beginning, all life is energy. So, brings us back to the SEFI. The SEFI is an amazing, in my opinion, an amazing tool or module that you have, or a tool that has many modules. At the day of discovery in October last year, we as a company had reached 2.1 million scans. Okay? That's a big number. We were excited. Today, we are approaching just over 5 million scans. In 11 months, we've more than doubled the number of scans. That is so heartwarming. That's like seeing your little child start to grow and develop new abilities. To see our family, our family, utilize this scanner and to utilize the SEFI is such a heartwarming thing for us, because now we know that lives are being touched, and they're being touched by you using this device and sharing this device with those around you. Okay, so those are all things old. Let's talk about all things new. All things that are happening today, right here, right now with your scanner. Now, like I told you a minute ago, we've almost doubled, actually we've more than doubled the scans we did a year ago, over 5 million. But things that are happening today. Okay, so one of the requests that's come in multiple times over the last probably 14 months was, can we get a broader selection of the food sensitivities, the things we might have an allergic or adverse reaction to, or that our body's not capable of processing at this point. And we had about, I think, 30 to 40 items in that area of vitals on, it was, I think, toxic page number 8. I'm happy to tell you that as of today, you now have 204 food sensitive items that you're able to look at and scan. In fact, so many that it's now in your, if you open up your scanner right now and go to vitals, you'll see the first 2 pages are food sensitivities, which makes it wonderful, because now if you are yourself or working with a client and you just need to know what types of foods should they avoid at this moment in time, you can just scan those 2 pages and not have to do the whole vitals. This is an amazing feature. So 204 new food sensitivities. Why don't you just take a second? Let's go down that list and see just what's there. Okay, so let's take a look at this list of 204 food items that you could be sensitive to. So we've opened up, I've done my scan earlier. So you'll see in dairy, we have a huge amount of dairy: butter, casein, cow's milk, cheddar cheese, cottage cheese, emmental cheese, mozzarella cheese, goat's milk, goat's cheese, sheep's milk, sheep cheese, kefir, whey, yogurt, and processed cheeses. That is a massive upgrade from what we had before. And here again, when you're looking at your numbers, the numbers you'd be most concerned with are 1s and 9s. Okay, either one of those means it's probably a food that you'd be better off to avoid at this point in time. Now that can change. That can change from day to day, from circumstance to circumstance. So this is a scan that you may want to do a couple, 3 times a week to look at your food sensitivities, what things you should avoid. Okay, let's go down to fruits. Look how many fruits. I'm not going to read all of these, but as you scroll through, you see all the different fruits that are there that you may have a sensitivity to right now. It may not go well with the acidic level in your stomach, or it could excite other types of things or enzymatic reactions. So it's a wonderful thing to be able to say, okay, maybe some of these fruits I should be avoid. Okay, go down to your grains. It used to be we had gluten, we had maybe barley and rye and a few others. Baker's yeast, barley, bran, brewer's yeast, brown rice, buckwheat, corn, gluten, malt, millet, oats, rye, spelt, and wheat. That pretty much covers almost anything you're going to eat that has anything to do with grains. Again, another one of these things, it's a quick, it takes less than 2 minutes to do this test. All right, so now we go down to the beans. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, legumes or whatever. You've got about 17 different beans in there that you may have a reaction to. This is important to be able to look at all of these food items and to see how they compare. Another thing that's interesting to look at is look through your whole list in all of those categories, and everything that was a 9 or a 1, see how they correlate with each other. Because it might be one is affecting the other. So it's interesting to take a look at what's in and what's out. Your meats: beef, chicken, duck, lamb, pork, quail, and turkey. Again, pretty much covers most meats that we're going to eat. Seafood, Tons of seafood. Before we had crab, lobster, shrimp, a few other seafoods. Now you've got them all, and they're all right there. And you not only have seafood, you also have some freshwater fish like trout and salmon. Well, of course, salmon's both. Anyways, again, you've got your seafoods, big selection. Your nuts, another selection. I've had people say, it says I shouldn't have any pine nuts or almonds, and I love them. You may love them, but right now, or at that point in time that you get a 1 or a 9, the body is saying, okay, yeah, you like it, but right now it's going to be really hard for me to break that down. And so that's why it's good to follow the sensitivities and just avoid the things that are going to cause you issues. Focus on the things that aren't. Better fuel, better energy. Okay? The more work that you have to do to break down the foods you eat, the less energy your cells have. This is why sensitivities is so important. Seeds. We've doubled the amount of seeds from the previous to now, and then we have spices, ton of spices, vegetables, and the miscellaneous, which is your eggs and yolk. I hope you're as excited about this as we are. It took us a long time to put this together. We have a policy that everything that we put into the scanner has to have an 80 to 85% consistency from one scan as we do our scan tests to another. To put all these together now, just 3 months ago, we thought we might be able to double what we had. We might be able to get up to 80, maybe 85. But then we had a major breakthrough, and able to add all of these has been like Christmas for us in August. So this is pretty exciting. Use your food sensitivities. So much of the problems that we and our clients have can be directed right at our gut. Things we're not processing food right, we're not digesting the food right, we're not withdrawing the nutrients in there. So important. So the food sensitivities is the big change in the vitals. Now we have more. So let's go back and we'll stay on this and we'll go to SEFI. Now this is where it gets exciting. Remember when I told you about Quantum Flowers? You can see here on the screen, Quantum Flowers has the scan button. You push the scan and it will find at that moment in time the flower that resonates with you at this moment in time. You push the scan button, you wait for about 5 seconds, and then it will come up and select the emotion and the flower. And this one up here comes despair and crabapple. Now I'm going to say to me, that doesn't make sense. I don't feel like I have any despair going on, but maybe deep inside there's some issues going. Now I do know that right now in the personal life of one of our key employees, there's a tragedy going on in their family. And maybe that despair is coming from that reaction that we're having with this individual. I don't know. But that's what came up. And I have found that I do better when I follow what comes up from here because I'm not clouding anything. I'm not putting my biases in to it. And so I would simply just put either SEFI dot or sugar pills on here, and I would hit imprint, and I would imprint that, and I would use those. I've learned to trust it. But like I've said before, follow your own instinct. You would know. Okay, so that's the flower. Let's go back and take a look at it again. We've added that same function to Quantum Reach. So Quantum Reach, you have all of these different frequencies that you can imprint. Well, now you can do a scan and it will go through and say, okay, based on your frequency signature at this moment in time, for me, it's going to tell me, and here it comes, prosperity. I feel fortunate in my life already. I don't feel like I need any more prosperity. But it's maybe indicating to me that I need to show more gratitude for what I have. Or maybe I do need more of that prosperity to be able to share with others. Again, I've learned to trust what comes up. But that's how that works. Isn't that awesome that you can just do a selection? You don't have to go through and guesswork or muscle test. And that's going to be amazing when you're working with your clients. Okay, let's go back. We've also added it to quantum affirmations. Again, you would push the button. It would go through those affirmations and find the one that's appropriate to you for the frequency signature that you're at that moment in time. And then we've added it one more place, and that's in chakras. So you now have that scan function right there, easy to do, one button, one push, and it comes up with that. Now again, that can be just your starting point. It doesn't have to be the start and the end. You decide if it's appropriate for what you're doing. So there's that. Now we have one more feature that we've added. Okay, so now we're going to go down to quantum homeopathics. Now this one I'm really excited about. In the past, up until today, we had about 30, maybe 40 some odd homeopathic remedies in there. Now take a look up here at the top. You open it up, you have homeopathics, you have the homeopathic cell salts, you have the homeopathic nosodes, and then what's most exciting is the by symptom category. Let's show you. In homeopathics, you click on that button and then you hit the down arrow. There are 304 homeopathic remedies. Every one of these remedies has been, we acquired the remedy, we scanned its frequencies, and we loaded it into the software. So you have 304 different homeopathic remedies. Now I understand there's about 1,100, but the 300 is the most commonly used. And as we will add more, but you've gone from, let's say 40 to 304 homeopathic remedies. And all you have to do if you want to make one of those, just click on it, put whatever you're going to imprint into on there and hit imprint. And then that imprints your homeopathic remedy. You've just made that homeopathic remedy right then and there without having to go buy anything or anything else. Now this is really good for some of you that are professional homeopathic practitioners. You already understand this. It makes perfect sense to you. There's more coming. All right, so let's go back to the top. Let's say that you've decided that it should be a cell salt that's required, a homeopathic cell salt. So you'd click on the cell salt, you'd hit the down arrow, and it will give you the 12 homeopathic cell salts. Again, find the one you need, click on it, and imprint it into whatever it is you're going to be, a SEFI dot, a ring, a bracelet, the sugar pellets. That's your cell salts. Go back to and click on nosodes. Now nosodes are a homeopathic part of a disease. In other words, it's not from a plant or a mineral. It's actually the frequency of a disease like tuberculosis or some other type of disease. It's a homeopathic version. Much like a way a vaccine works, it's a like kills like type of a thing. And I'm oversimplifying this, and I ask you to forgive me on that. But if you click on your nosodes, you have 25 nosodes that, again, you have the ability to make right then and there on the spot. Now, if that wasn't exciting enough, take a look at my by symptom. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, I know enough about homeopathics to be dangerous, but I do know that they're effective. A few years back, I was in Germany, and I walked into what we would refer to as a pharmacy or a health food store. And half of the store was literally all Western types of medicines. The other half of the store was all homeopathic remedies. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen, and it was so exciting. And I got the opportunity to meet some of these homeopathic practitioners and to hear their understanding and why they have gone that direction rather than the Western medicine all the way. But what really helps is, okay, so I have all of these remedies. I have 304 homeopathics. I have 12 cell salts. I have 25 nosodes. What do I use and when? By symptoms. You click the down arrow and you have It's well over 1,000 different symptoms that you can pick from. In fact, I think it's closer to 3,600 symptoms. So if you've got acne scars, you click on acne scars, and there are the homeopathic remedies that are most commonly used for that particular condition. Isn't that awesome? And so now you go down here and you can put your sugar pills or your SEFI dots or whatever it is you're going to use, put them on there, hit imprint, and it will imprint them. You can either do it just like we did on your playlist. You can either do it individually or you can do simultaneously. If I'm going to do simultaneously, it's putting all of those remedies in at the same time. My recommendation, and it is just my recommendation, is when you're making a homeopathic remedy that has multiples, and if you have the time, do one at a time. Put them in one at a time. If you're in a hurry, then just do them all at the same time. It'll take 30 seconds. Depends on who you listen to. I do know that the major homeopathic pharmacies that make the medicines in California, they do them all at the same time. They don't do one at a time. But you can go either way. For me, personally, I like one at a time. But you have that ability. And so by symptoms, you can decide what, clear it and go back and do another, find something else. Maybe it's anemia. Well, there's the cell salts that are for anemia. They're already there for you. How much simpler can that get? We are so excited about this particular change in the scanner. So those are the new things that are active today. Play with them. Get familiar with them. Now we have one other thing that might be of excitement to you. Alice Harain is the homeopathic practitioner that's really helped us put all this together. She has written a book, and she's made it available through Solex University. It's $10. It's an ebook, and it's a live ebook. In other words, you can push on a symptom, and it'll take you to a page and give you all sorts of information about those. But she also has a monthly newsletter that will be available in Solex University if that is something of interest to you. And it's $10 a month for her, and it's updated every single month. So there's more information and education that will be available to you on a monthly basis through the scanner, through Solex University. So these are the things that are new today.
All right, Lauren, it's time to give away something. Or at least
Always.
to set up a giveaway, right?
That's right.
You know, we launched these new bracelets, or bracelets / necklace. I mean, I've only worn them as a bracelet. I haven't worn it as a necklace, but it unfolds. I think it unfolds.
So you've got the large.
Yes.
And
Large, extra large.
And I've got the small, medium.
Small, medium.
Mm-hmm.
So two sizes. It has obviously it has all the Cybin with black
Yep.
tourmaline. And we all know about those properties, the negative ion benefits. But
The
it
Lapis.
has, the Lapis Lazuli on this one, actually really valuable gemstone. I didn't know that, but I was telling Shelby, I think I mentioned on the call the other day, that I came across somebody who's actually studying gemstones
Yes,
in college.
yeah,
And she recognized, came up to me and was like, "Is that blue Lapis Lazuli?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yes, it is." Thanks for noticing. But this was, so one of the properties, obviously we know the properties of Cybin, like I said, but enhancing relationships is one of the benefits.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, of blue Lapis Lazuli.
So why don't we have you recognize somebody on this call that has enhanced your relationship, and tell us why.
Yeah.
Somebody that's been a major influence in your life that's made you better.
I love that. I love that. I love the recognizing and tipping the hat to people in our lives that have done such good things for us. And the idea of those that have enhanced our lives and brought us all this benefit and just even open up our eyes to new things. Let's do that. Let's do that. Top 3 people, of course, or people that will draw, not top 3 people. Everybody's top in our book, but we'll draw 3 people next week.
Actually, Shelby will draw 3 people.
Shelby will. Yeah, that's true. So comment on this call, somebody who has enhanced your life. Mention them by name if you can. Hopefully you will, and tell us why if you will as well. And we can all learn from that, can't we?
Yep.
Okay.
See you.
Do you have to do
I
that?
feel like yeah, it gets me like ready. All right, Daddy Solex, so we're here.